Hi, I was just talking to my camera for 2 minutes and it wasn't recording. Welcome. I'm standing over a vent and it keeps blowing up my dress, so I'm like fidgeting a little bit. But anyway, today is Sunday. I just finished watching the Eagles beat the Jags, period. And now I am about to get my life together. Gonna do something to this skin, do something to this hair, do some really good body care, all that stuff. So I just figured, like, let's catch up. First of all, hi everybody, my name is Kyrah. If you are new here, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're not new, hey girl, thank you so much for coming back. So I am in a different environment because I moved back home. Home is where the heart is. And yeah, so let me start assessing what we're gonna do with this hair and with the skin, because otherwise it's not gonna happen. Feel me? Okay, one moment. So I was going to deep condition, and then I realized that I don't have any more deep conditioner. My stuff is literally, hold on, I'm gonna show y'all. It's just heavy, wait. Ugh. So all of my skincare, body care, hair care is in this box, where I literally, like I said, I just got home for real. But yeah, so I wanted to deep condition my hair, but I don't have any more deep conditioner, so that's not good. Okay. Well, I think what I'm gonna do is just wash and condition my hair. So I moved back home and I went back and forth in my head a little bit on whether or not I wanted to share this information, just because I am naturally a very private person and I'm always like, like, you know, like I just want to kind of be in my space doing my thing. But at the same token, I feel like A, this is a big life move because it's really pivotal for where I'm at in my life right now, and B, I want to share it because I feel like somebody else can maybe relate to it, or just like the series of thoughts that led me to that. So we're going to kind of chat through me moving back home and me just being in this season of really striving to be the best version of myself. I believe that it's a season that never ends. I'm really just stepping into this season, stepping into the fullness of it. I feel like I've been stepping into different layers of it, but now that's like the whole energy, like the whole, my hands, the whole energy is really just about being the best version of myself and becoming who I desire to be, and becoming the representation of the energy that I desire to attract. And yeah, so I had to get really clear on my intentions. I had to get really clear on where I was spending my time, what I was doing, what my priorities were, how they were aligning with my intentions and with the divine purpose over my life. And yeah, so we're gonna chat through that while we talk a little bit of skincare and hair. So, okay, boom. So first things first, like I said, I just moved back home. So I've been traveling. I drove 21 hours. It was probably more than 21 hours. It took me like 2 days, a 2-day drive back home. So that was a lot. It wasn't terrible, but it also wasn't fabulous, you know what I'm saying? Like it was my skin, just from, you know, the moving process, and also from not taking the best care of myself. Like I've been taking good care of myself, but not consistently. Consistency is another thing that I'm really working on, and that we're really tapping into for real, like at the highest level. So anyway, my skin is doing some things and it needs some good exfoliation. So I went to Sephora the other day and I just picked up a mini Paula's Choice 2% BHA liquid exfoliant. To be honest, I just really didn't want to pay for the full size. The full size is $34 and I just wasn't trying to pay for it. Like, that's really the end of my story. So I just got the mini one because I know this will last me a good amount of time, and then I'll buy a full size like in a couple weeks or so. I just moved. I just had to spend mad money. So like, you know, We're trying to be responsible. We're trying to budget. We're trying to be conservative. We're trying to be conscious. Okay, boom. So yeah, so anyway, I just bought this because this, if you have used this before, or if you're familiar with it, or if you're not and your skin be breaking out, doing a lot of things, this Paula's Choice 2% BHA liquid exfoliant, it has salicylic acid in it, which is BHA. Yeah, it says that it unclogs and shrinks enlarged pores and smooths and even skin tones. One of my skincare friends, Sarah, shout out to you, Sarah, she recommended me this product like forever ago, and I was using it and it was making such a huge difference on my skin, just in the texture of it. I've been experiencing breakouts like up in this area and, you know, around here, stress, lack of sleep, poor eating habits, hormones. So yeah, so I just bought that, so I'm going to use that on my face. I have my steamer downstairs, but again, I don't have any really good masks. So I thought when I first got up to do this, I thought like I'm gonna do a hair mask, I'm gonna do a face mask, but I actually don't have either of those things. So I need to re-up. Like, I was doing my best to use all the products that I had because I wanted to have to bring home as least as possible. I have done quite a few cross-country moves, y'all. We can talk about that at a later date. But I've done quite a few cross-country moves and they are definitely exhausting. So I was trying to, you know, make my life as simple as possible. So yeah, I need to wash my face and then I also need to wash my hair. So I'm actually gonna hop in the shower and wash my hair and wash my face, and then I will come back to style my hair and finish my skincare so we can kind of chat through that. And then, like I said, just talk a little bit about, you know, the life updates of it all. I'm gonna use, hold on. Okay, boom. So I have been using this TGIN Moisture Rich Sulfate Free Shampoo and the Triple Moisture Replenishing Conditioner forever, right? And my hair, like, something was feeling real weird about my hair. It was like I was washing my hair and it still wasn't clean. And then I noticed like certain parts of my hair weren't curling up all the way, like when it, with no product in it. Like as soon as I wash it out, and I felt like I had buildup in my hair. I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now? So I have been using these religiously. I wasn't switching up to any other shampoo and conditioner, and I'm realizing now that because these are moisturizing, they're great to use, but you definitely need something that's going to clarify, cleanse, all the things. So I actually have this. I got this from one of my coworkers. Hey Lacey. This is the My Black is Beautiful Scalp Care. My Black is Beautiful Scalp Care Clarifying Shampoo and Balancing Conditioner. Blue ginger with tea tree oil, and then this one has blue ginger in this. I used this the last time that I washed my hair, and y'all, when I tell you scalp was clean, hair felt good, my scalp felt like it could breathe, like it just felt like clean. I don't know, I don't have any fancy word to use. My scalp felt really clean, and this conditioner was really, really nice. Like, it's a balancing conditioner, so it definitely helped to me to detangle my hair, and my hair didn't feel stripped or dried with this. I feel like when I hear the word clarifying, not so much now, but in my previous years when I was heavy on my natural vibes, like freshman year of college, that was what, like 2015, 2014, 2015, 16, 17, all them, that phase of my life. I was really weary. I was so obsessed with products and like the ingredients and reading and everything, and I was very weary of like products that said clarifying because I associated that with drying. That's not true. So yeah, so anyway, this clarifying shampoo is bomb because it really helps to cleanse the scalp. My hair still feels hydrated after, and then this conditioner really does what it says it's going to do, balance. And so yeah, so it balances my hair, it puts the moisture back in, makes it easy to detangle with the conditioner in the shower, all that stuff. This is what I'm gonna use to wash my hair today. I'm gonna just take my braids down and then just do a nice wash and condition, and then I'll style it, figure out some styling. And for face wash, funny story. So when I first got back home, all my stuff was in boxes, like I said. So I got in the shower and I was literally using a Dove soap bar to wash my face, which is something I would never do. I wouldn't advise that you do that. I'm still not even sure about it. but my skin felt clean and it wasn't dried out. You know how this actually happened? From when I was on my 21.5 hour, 22, 50, 11 hour drive home, and Saturday night when I stayed over in a hotel, I used my face wash. I didn't realize it was packed up in a box. I thought I had all my other skincare products, but my face wash like was in a box. So I used the soap bar at the hotel and just washed my face in the shower. I just never grabbed the face wash out of the box. So I just been washing my face with a Dove soap bar, which was a pleasant surprise to me. I'm not gonna keep doing that because I feel like you're not supposed to do that. I can't say necessarily why. I just have an inkling that I don't think you're supposed to put body soap on your face. You need something more gentle, especially my skin is more on the sensitive side. So yeah, so anyway, I'm gonna use my Dreka face wash if I can find it. Please hold. I found it. Okay, so I'm gonna be using this Dreka Release the Day cleanser. I have the pump somewhere around here, so I'm gonna wash my face with this, with a facial cleanser in the shower. This one is really good. It doesn't sud up too much. I like it. I don't know if I like it enough to repurchase it. I don't know if I will purchase this one again just because, I don't know, I feel like I need something that cleans my face a little bit more. I think this one still does clean my face. It just doesn't feel like it as much. So, but I love, love, love the Blue Tansy Face Moisturizer and the lip butter from her line. So yeah, so that's what made me buy this. So I give this like a maybe a 6 out of 10. I'm about to hop in the shower now. I found one of these lavender shower steamer bombs that one of my friends bought me. Hey Trey. So I'm gonna put this in the shower, have a nice little zen moment, wash my hair, wash my face, and then we'll come back to style and just chat through some updates, you know, chat through what's on my mind this week for the end of the year. It's officially fall. I'm excited. So be right back. Okay, I'm back. So when I was in the shower, I was actually just thinking about, I'm just grabbing a cotton round. I was actually just in the shower thinking about like, how can I become the best version of myself? I'm just using this Kiehls Calendula Herbal Extract Toner. And I was just thinking like, how can I be the best version of myself? Like, what are the things that I can do to show up for myself on a more consistent basis that will allow me to be just the best version of myself, allow me to be more reliable, dependable, allow me to be more consistent, allow me to just elevate to that next level. Just trying to figure out, I was thinking a lot earlier and yesterday about, you know, just life experiences and recognizing, I think one of the biggest things I'm learning is that, you know, growth is not linear. I definitely heard that a lot in the grieving process about the fact that grief is not linear, which is so true. I'm going in with the Paula's Choice now. But I think as it pertains to growth and evolution, it really is about realizing that like, this is not, hello, there we go. On one end of the spectrum, I feel like, you know, everything as we're building brick by brick, you go through experiences either to elevate or to learn the lesson needed to elevate. And I just feel like this year was a big year of learning lessons for me. And the year is not over, obviously. Today is October 2nd. So I'm just thinking about, you know, last year, the growth that I had, for instance, as it pertains to, I'm just putting a little bit more of this Paula's Choice on this cotton round. And I need to go buy the full bottle and stop playing because this one doesn't, it doesn't come out of the bottle as easily. I mean, it still gets the job done, but this is so good for healing those blemishes, helping to prevent more from coming in, and just like cleansing the pores. 10 out of 10 recommend. But yeah, so I was saying, I feel like last year, this is a facial essence, by the way. This is the Ferulic Brew Rejuvenating Facial Essence. I think I'm gonna put this on my face too, period. Especially since I'm not doing a face mask, I'm just gonna layer it on up with the skincare products. I really like these Kiehls stuff. I've never had anything from Kiehls actually, but I'm pleasantly surprised by this. So I just But yeah, I feel like, you know, last year in 2021, I was living in Atlanta, and don't get me wrong, everything's not perfect, like, period, obviously. But I definitely feel like when I look back, for instance, when I look on my phone and I see pictures of me in Atlanta, I was eating phenomenally. Like, I was at home cooking, making all of these plant-based, just super holistic meals. I was learning the value of different herbs and really actively implementing them in my lifestyle, in my routine, from the foods I was taking to yoni steams. I was taking really good care of my skin. Like, I was doing my full body clay masks very often, lathering my body up with coconut oil and shea butter, and just really in my Zen mode. I was meditating a lot, I was working out a lot, I was outside running a lot. So it was a different vibe, you know, it was definitely a different feel. And I was trying to figure out, like, how did I get from there, eating really good, being so in a state of peace, enjoying that, to at the top of this year, making a move that I can look back now and say, I knew the whole time, but I can definitely look back now and say it wasn't the wisest decision, because the intention that it was rooted in was ego-based. Okay, let's get into it. But first, I'm about to put on some vitamin C. This is the Hyper Even Brightening Dark Spot Vitamin C Serum. This is Black owned, so definitely check this Hyper Serum out. It has vitamin C, turmeric, kojic acid, apple enzymes, bearberry, and hyaluronic acid. So I'm just gonna take like 2 pumps of this. But yeah, I think, like, so here's what I feel like happened. I moved to Atlanta, like I said. That was my first time moving out post college. So I had lived in a house off campus, and I had, you know, lived in apartments in college and in grad school and things of that nature. But moving to Atlanta was the first time that I lived in an apartment by myself. If you guys remember, I have a vlog that has so many views talking about me moving into Atlanta, and I cried when I stepped into the apartment building. It was just so overwhelming when I stepped into my new apartment. And oh, my skin feels so good. And it's just interesting because from there, I felt my spirit telling me that I needed to be closer to home. My experience in Atlanta was amazing, but I didn't have a great community sense out there. You know, I worked remote. I was in grad school remote, and then I graduated and I moved right into a remote job like 2 weeks after I graduated. So I was in the house a lot, and I was a member at the gathering spot. You know, I was moving and shaking in the city, doing different things. But I was just thinking about this earlier today when I was doing my devotion and my reflection, and I was really reflecting on the fact that a lot of the motive behind the things that I was doing in terms of how I was trying to go about meeting people was very ego-based. What I mean by that is feeling like young, single, and Black. I'm about to move to Atlanta. I'm gonna be moving and shaking. I'm gonna be out here dating, living my best life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna get a really nice wardrobe. I'm gonna have a super nice apartment. I'm gonna get this car. I'm gonna do that. It was very materialistic. Like, I feel like a lot of what you see from a social media perspective, I was consuming, you know, a lot of content, a lot of YouTube content of, you know, different girls that lived in Atlanta. And shout out to the Atlanta vloggers, they be carrying it, okay? Much love to them. I was looking at their content and using that as inspiration for, you know, how I wanted to carry myself, except for the fact that A, that was ego-based, because it wasn't from a place of my spirit, it was from a place of a persona, and B, it wasn't in alignment with the healing that I was doing. So it's like on one end of the spectrum, I was in the house, healing, grieving, going through the ebbs and flows of life, coming more into myself, taking the, once you graduate, at least I can only say for myself, once I graduated from grad school, it felt like the biggest, like exhale, but at the same token, it was kind of like, it was a lot. So Also, I'm about to put my moisturizer on. This is the Blue Tansy moisturizer. Y'all, I literally have, there's nothing in here. This is my last little bit. I'm trying to make it stretch, but I gotta order some more, like ASAP. I just love the way this feels. It's so hydrating, it smells good. But yeah, it was like my healing, like I was meditating a lot. I was deepening my spirituality journey. I was reading a lot. I fell back in love with reading. I hadn't been reading on a consistent basis leisurely in a very long time. And I started building my bookshelf out. I was reading so many books, consuming wholesome content. I was just at peace. Like when I think about my space there, it felt like peace. I had put a deposit down on a puppy, and the mom ended up never conceiving, so sad day, I never had the puppy. But yeah, I put a deposit down on a puppy. Like I was really, you know, curating that space to make Atlanta my home. And it was dope because Atlanta, in a lot of ways, in terms of just the weather, in terms of simple stuff like, you know, the leaves on the trees and just different stuff like that, felt really similar to home, which Jersey is home for me. So South Jersey, like the Philly area, is home for me. It was nice. Like I would go on runs. I would go to the farmer's market. The farmer's market was huge out there. I would go to the farmer's market and go grocery shopping and just come back with all like fruits and vegetables and make all different types of meals. I was juicing. Like the amount of pictures I have of juicing, I'll try and insert them if I remember. The amount of pictures I have of me juicing, listen. This is just the fruit butter lip therapy from Dreka as well. But yeah, so I definitely feel like, you know, the way that I was showing up for myself in that season, it was interesting because it was like my personal evolution and my spiritual evolution was going amazing. And I was starting to come into the realization, I didn't know it at the time, like that this is how I would have categorized it, but excuse me. Definitely was coming into this space of the things that I desired. I was coming into understanding that they weren't rooted in, you know what I'm saying? Like I went on a couple of dates, wasn't giving because I was going about it for the wrong reasons. You know, I was still in this space of just trying to figure myself out. So anyway, that's a whole story in and of itself that we could definitely chat through more. I'm getting ready to do something to this hair. I am going to use the Maui Moisture Curl Quench Coconut Curl Smoothie. I like this a lot. It smells really good. It's a nice thick consistency. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with my hair yet. I think I'm just gonna put it in some twists, some flat twists, because I actually want to trim my ends. So we'll see how I feel about that. But so anyway, fast forward to January of this year where my lease was ending in Atlanta, and I had felt on a spiritual level that I needed to be closer to home. I felt that what was missing from my experience was the fact that, you know, I wasn't close to my village and I could take the time to invest in building a community in another area, but I just didn't really feel called to do that. And I just felt from so much of my spiritual practices and so much of deepening my relationship with God and deepening my trust, you know, with my inner knowing, I just felt really called to come home. And so I did, and I basically came home, and then just like a multitude of things happened out of survival mode. Honestly, if we keeping it 103, out of survival mode, I definitely jumped the gun and made a choice to move, and it was off ego. And I didn't realize it until literally this reflection that I was having just about, you know, like I was saying earlier, the concept of, you know, thinking that it's linear or thinking that it's supposed to get better and better and better and you're not gonna have any setbacks. It was like, okay, I have this really nice apartment in Atlanta, but I want an even better apartment. I want a bigger apartment. I want a newer apartment. I want an apartment, you know, that looks like the vlogger setup with the real nice island and the hardwood floors and the nice bathroom finishes and all of that stuff. Like, that's really what I was thinking about. And like I said, I moved out of survival in terms of getting home and having to adjust to the fact that home is not going to be all butterflies and rainbows. And instead of adjusting, I went into survival mode. I applied for an apartment, just real, like I gotta figure this out, super, super independent vibes, to a fault. And yeah, so I made a move, and then I went through that experience, and I feel like this year, that move was definitely, it needed to happen. I do believe everything happens on purpose, and I feel like that move had to happen for me to learn the lesson of why it was that I was being called to come closer to home to begin with, one, and two, why moving out of survival, as much as I knew it, really putting it to the test, that like moving out of survival is over and done with. Like, it's over and done with, and if I continue to make decisions out of survival, I'm going to continue to have to sit with myself, you know, and have to deal with the choices that I've made. So yeah, I didn't even plan on saying all that, but we're here. So as you can see, I just took my hair out of a bun. I washed my hair in the shower. I told y'all this is what my hair is looking like. It's still damp. My hair is so funny because if y'all remember, I big chopped my hair like 2 years ago. The bottom part of my hair looks longer. Like you can probably see right here, it's like this bottom part of my hair is a little bit longer than the rest of my hair. But it's weird because none of my hair it's all kind of layered. None of it is the same length down because I cut it off. My scalp. So yeah, I am about to twist my hair up. Let me just do a middle part. And the part doesn't need to be perfect, so I'm not tripping if it's not oh so perfect. I'm just gonna section this front section of my hair off and put this up in a little knot. Nobody wants to feel like they messed up, you know? Nobody wants to feel like they made a wrong move or, you know, they made a mistake. I mean, and I think, you know, we all make mistakes. We're humans. I can admit when I made a mistake. I'm not so proud in that area, but I definitely still feel like it's interesting, you know, because it's like you think, this is what the back of my head looks like now. I go to school, I get the degree, I get the job, I get the apartment, I get the car, boom, you know, horse and marriage, baby carriage. Is that love and marriage? I don't know. Horse? You get what I'm saying. I think there's like an expectation that there's a certain level of like, this is how things are supposed to play out. And you know, that just wasn't true for my experience. And I had to be really real with myself and recognize like, okay, well, how did you get in this space? Why do you feel, how do you feel, and why do you feel that way? And then from there, like, what are you gonna do about it? You know, like, what are you gonna do to change it? If you're not feeling the best in your situation, you don't have to be in this situation, but what are you gonna do to make that executive decision that you want something different for yourself? So that's basically how that played out. And yeah, I just feel like it was really important for me to move back closer to home so that I could be closer to my village. I felt that it was really important for me to come back to what I had been being divinely led to do to begin with, because clearly me acting like, you know, I didn't hear that divine guidance wasn't working. And I moved in like early March and now it's October 2nd. So these past like 6 months have really been all about me sitting with myself and learning the lessons and healing some more and going through the motions to figure out how you got here and how you ended up here and why. And so I don't regret any of it. I definitely feel like it's all been super valuable and such a blessing. But it's you know, it's definitely an experience. And I think right now, like I said, I am really committed to being the best version of myself. That starts with being honest with myself. That starts with being centered and grounded, and having a relationship with God. Understanding that divine light and honoring it is super, super important. and just being real with myself, finding ways to show up for myself, like, you know, going to the gym, getting back to eating healthy again, and not so much for a diet, but for a lifestyle, and being gentle with myself. The amazing thing is, now that I'm back home, I feel this perfect peace. Like, people have been asking me, how does it feel? And it feels so peaceful. It feels similar to that peace that I was just describing to y'all when I was in Atlanta, and I just felt so at peace. I'm excited to see what this next chapter has. As I keep saying, this is all about, like, show up, love on yourself in every way, honor yourself, continue to figure out, you know, what I like and what I don't like. I feel like I have a very clear understanding now, a much more clear understanding now of what I like and what I don't like. And I'm definitely expecting that to continue to unfold and just, you know, continue to manifest. And I know that as I am becoming that energy that I desire, I'm embodying the energy that I desire, I know that I'm going to naturally attract the people, the places, the things. I pray every day and I just say, please show me where you would have me go, what you would have me do, and who you would have me do it with. And so I know that everything is working out in divine order. I'm excited for what this next chapter has in store. I'm turning 25 this month, and it's real pivotal. I feel like I was definitely telling y'all that before, that I feel the energy of 25 so heavy. So I'm really excited, and I'm definitely excited to just document this journey and see how it unfolds. So now I need another comb because I don't have a scrunchie, and I had to use this comb to put my hair up. But what I'm doing is just going to section my hair off and put it in small sections, put the product in it, detangle it, and then twist it up. So I'm gonna just do this around my whole head. I probably won't record it, the whole thing, but I'll come back when I'm done just so you guys can see, or I'll show you a little bit of footage of me doing the process. But that's that. I look a little crazy right now, but yeah, I just really wanted to take some time to update y'all and just have this real authentic moment about life, about the journey, about being a young woman on purpose, a divine young woman, a sacred woman, and this is as real as it gets, y'all. So I hope that you enjoy. I'm about to get into this hair. Okay, I'm back. I finished twisting up my hair. I did a single strand twist in the back of my head, and then I just did 3 flat twists on both sides. I'm gonna let this chill. I'll probably take my twist out tomorrow, but thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a really great just vibe and chill and get regrouped type of vibe. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will see you in my next upload.